just got done with practice, and on this day, 2 days before, always get a chance to meet with the travel squad. So just had that meeting. It's fun, right? It's not totally here yet, but it's here, and appreciate what this group has done to prepare for it, and now we get to start this season.
Well, Jim has talked about wanting to see what his young guys can do. I'm just curious about you and Jack Cohn. I mean, you saw what he could do in some games last year. I'm assuming you saw some improvement in practice, but you need to see him in a game too to know how far he's progressed from last year.
Certainly with Jack, I think he has progressed really in a nice way, and yet I don't think there's ever been a year where you're not excited to see all your players. You know what I mean? Like, guys have played a lot of football, how are they different this year? And then there's always a pool that, how are they going to, they haven't played a game, how are they going to handle that situation? So I think that's always kind of an exciting part of it. There's times it makes you nervous, right? And you want it to go well for the individuals, but I don't even think it matters. It's a new year, a new start for everyone.
When you look at Jack, what do you think, in your opinion, he's doing better now than he would have been at this time last year?
I think that he's playing more relaxed, more assured of what he's seen. I think it's based on, the culmination of, knowing our offense better, knowing what defenses are doing better, and I think knowing himself a little bit better. So I think you're seeing him play a little bit faster and more relaxed, which I think comes from there's a confidence level that keeps growing for him.
Well, one of the things that John Budmeyer said before camp started that he worked on with Alex was in-game situational awareness, kind of knowing when to test someone and when to live to fight another play. Do you come out of camp and getting ready for the season feeling like Alex has a better grasp on that going into the season?
Yeah, and I think I think that he's had that grasp of it. The knowledge, but I think being able to do it, he's worked on it, and John's doing the talking. I hope he's right. Like, how do you help? But he works at it, and I do feel like he's practicing it better. When things happen, I think he's more applying it more. Those are the best situations, right? Like, you can do drills, but you have to practice them, and then the guys, if it's a quarterback scrambling, then the receivers have to go with it. The linemen have to hold their block. It's good for the defense. They've got to extend in coverage. So I think we're doing a better job of practicing because of where Alex is at.
Well, with the new kickoff rule this year, are you approaching those any differently than you have in the past?
Well, the obvious difference is the awareness for your kick cover team and for our own. When we look back at our film from last year, we thought there was 3, maybe 4 that applied, where we said, okay, to our players, this is where we'd want to, this would be a fair catch situation. And so I think the difference is that guys are aware of it now, and it'll be interesting to see it apply. I can't say that we've, because we haven't played in the game where our kick cover unit has really. I'm curious to see how it plays out. It's different to me than a fair catch on a punt. And guys grow up learning that, so they kind of know what they look like. Okay, it's a high punt. I get a sense of it. I think the kickoff cover will look different than that. So we'll all, certainly we spent time on it and we're aware of it, but I think we're all going to kind of work our way through it.
For years at the first game, we always say, well, how are these guys going to react when the bright lights are on? Historically, do guys handle it pretty well, or can you spot a guy who's a little freaked right away?
No, I think that, you think about for a kid, and there is so much work and effort that goes into it. And for many, it's kind of, right, it's been part of a goal. And those are big events, the first time you play. And, you try to simulate as best you can. You try to talk with them as much as you can, older players talking to them, but individuals have to go through it, and some, I think they handle it all differently. So there'll be some that'll be nervous as heck, and the nervousness is out of excitement. It all comes from a good spot, and then they have to learn how to handle that. And I think the same thing, you know, that older guys have gone through, like, okay, this is my first game, then this is my first big game, or this is that. And those are all the experiences that you have to go through for the first time, and then you can draw on, I think, as your career progresses.